thank you all so much for taking the time to join us today. My name is Natasha Robbins, and I am joined with my colleagues Adrian Vesseth Nelson and Eden Winfield, all of whom are the founders of NAE Consulting Firm. We are very excited by the opportunity to meet with you today and discuss how we can provide you with an effective performance management system to increase organizational performance. Please don't hesitate to stop us at any point if you have any questions or would like any additional clarification. So first things first, we would like to go over our agenda with you. Our agenda for today will be to tell you a little bit about NAE Consulting Firm, our understanding of Stylebox's needs and the problem they're currently attempting to solve, and how our technical approach is uniquely positioned to meet your needs. Additionally, we will give you some insight onto the training we recommend and develop for raters to help ensure accurate analysis throughout the process. We will also provide a brief overview on how we will identify performance dimensions and appraise employee performance against their objective goals and internal development plan. The proposed timeline has also been prepared to illustrate our work analysis development and rater training agenda. A little bit of information regarding our consulting firm. As mentioned previously, we were founded in 2007 by 3 graduate level consultants, Natasha Robbins, Adrian Vesseth Nelson, and Eden Winfield, all of whom share a passion in applying personally curated techniques to help companies like yours grow and thrive. Our employees consist of graduate and postgraduate level experts with backgrounds in various areas, including IO psychology, human resources, business and contract management, finances, and statistics. We are truly passionate in our mission to create advanced performance management systems and tools for companies in need of organizational growth and development to ensure a competitive edge in what's currently a very fast-paced market. We operate on a large scale, and we employ both selection and performance measurement experts and have produced desirable results for many Fortune 100 firms in the past. It is our current understanding that Stylebox is currently seeking to define, design, and implement a performance management system to enhance their current customer experience. Recent surveys have indicated some concerns relating to the customer support team performance. Through the successful implementation of our system, we aim to increase customer satisfaction and employee performance by focusing and enhancing customer service behaviors that contribute to organizational goals and provide valued outcomes to Stylebox. We aim to implement nine key fundamental characteristics into our performance management system that are proven through empirical evidence to result in more effective outcomes. We will ensure congruence with Stylebox's organizational strategy through enhancing and focusing upon customer service behaviors that contribute to organizational goals. The work analysis ensures that all key job-related responsibilities will be measured and evaluated thoroughly. Performance dimensions will only include observable behaviors that include multiple distinguishable aspects of an employee's performance and will be designed to eliminate external factors outside of the employee's control. Rater error training and frame of reference training will be integrated into the system to ensure raters and ratees meet all expectations of fairness. The system and related outcomes will be implemented to aid in the success of the entire customer support team and the organization through fair and equitable practices. On this slide is a visual of our proposed project timeline. We will discuss each of these steps in more detail on the following slides, but wanted to provide a basic timeline for what this project will look like. In May, we aim to conduct all employee structured interviews with customer support agents that have been identified as subject matter experts. We will then conduct organizational support interviews in June and have supervisory feedback reviews in July, which will include having immediate supervisors review employee review responses and provide additional comments and feedback. We will use all of this information to generate the work analysis matrix in August. We will also begin conducting frame of reference training and rater error training for supervisors. It is our goal to have the performance management system implemented in September, which will include call sample monitoring and client feedback surveys. Our firm will conduct structured work analysis interviews with all customer support agents to gather information regarding the tasks, duties, and responsibilities associated with the customer support agent role. We will then ask immediate supervisors to review work analysis interview responses and to provide additional comments and feedback. We will then conduct structured interviews with customer support agents regarding issues associated with levels of engagement and organizational support, and to assess any additional factors that may be directly impacting client services. We will use this information to create a work analysis that will help us identify all knowledge, skills, abilities, and personality characteristics required for successful performance on the job.
On the screen, you'll see an example of some of the questions that we would ask of your employees during our work analysis structured interviews. And the whole purpose of this is to help us gain a better understanding as to what each of those employees' jobs entail, and what the important knowledge and skills that they may have that contribute to this, that would contribute to their success.
As mentioned in our technical approach, following the employee structured interviews will be the organizational support interviews with customer service agent employees. Customer service agent employees will be asked structured questions about the level of support they receive from the organization. This phase of interviews will help clarify gaps of support that should be addressed by the organization. Although this portion of interviews are not formally part of the work analysis, the addition of the organizational support interviews will aid NAE in making helpful long-term recommendations for success.
Into soliciting feedback from general customer service employees, we would also want to solicit feedback from their supervisors. This is the format that we would use, where each question is going to have a response from the individual as well as feedback from the supervisors. That way we can still gain a much more thorough understanding of the roles and what success looks like from both the perspective of the customer service employee as well as their supervisor.
In order for supervisors to adequately rate supervisees, they will participate in rater error training and frame of reference training. Rater error training will inform supervisors with common errors made during the rating process, including central tendency, halo, leniency, and severity error. In conjunction with rater error training, frame of reference training will also allow raters to practice, discuss, and address discrepancies between practice ratings. While only supervisors will attend rater error training and frame of reference training, customer service agents, team leads, and supervisors will attend the general training on how the performance management system works. Even though the supervisees will not be doing the rating, it is important that they understand how their role as a ratee contributes to the performance management system. As you can see, the rater training and general performance management system training will take place over 2 weeks. First, supervisors will undergo rater error training on Monday and Wednesday. Frame of reference training will take place that Friday, And general performance management system training will include everyone the following Monday. Important details of the rating process and specificities are located on this slide. To develop the performance dimensions of concern, NAE Consulting will use information from the work analysis. This information will be deduced to scalable behaviors and results that can be subjectively rated. To obtain meaningful observance of each customer service agent, supervisors will monitor at least 10% of their subordinates' monthly calls for a 5-month period. At the end of the monitoring period, supervisors will be able to adequately rate their supervisees. Measures will be absolute, meaning that each customer service agent will be rated independently from each other, and each dimension will be within the customer service agent's control. Shown here is a sample of the 12-item supervisory feedback template. Customer service agent supervisors will use this template to rate their supervisee based on 10% of their monthly calls. These item questions were developed using the work analysis and address the knowledge, skills, and abilities needed for the customer service agent job. For each item question, supervisors will indicate their rating on a 1 to 5 scale. In conjunction with the supervisor feedback ratings, customer service agents will also be evaluated by the customers they serve. After each call, the customer will be prompted with a survey to assess their experience with the customer service agent. Shown here is a sample of the 8-item customer feedback survey. Over the course of 5 months, about 1,000 customer feedback surveys will be collected and analyzed along with the supervisory feedback ratings for the annual performance review.
By discussing what the feedback process is going to look like as a part of our end state, specifically for employees, which in this case is going to be everybody in the customer service organization, both raters and ratees. And you can see that one of the most critical pieces of this is going to be goal setting. And that's a process that's going to be achieved through an open dialogue between the customer service agent and their rater, or as you move higher up into the organization, between an employee and their supervisor. Constructive feedback is going to be absolutely critical. Nobody works well in a situation where somebody provides feedback that says you're bad at your job, you don't know what you're doing. Rather, we prefer that people provide feedback that is much more easy to implement. The format that the tool is going to press people to use is going to be provide positive information first, and then any negative information that needs to be brought up during their individual's rating. The goals and feedback that we're going to solicit, we would like to be based on objective, measurable, and agreed upon performance objectives that are going to be set throughout the year, and minimizing items that are outside of an employee's control. In addition to that, training and mentorship partnerships are going to be strongly encouraged throughout the organization and in between various lines of business. As we delve deeper into goal setting, I want to talk about some of the aspects of goal setting that are going to be required as part of this new performance management system. Goals are going to be jointly arrived at by both the supervisor and the employee, and they're going to be agreed upon. The idea for the goals overall is that goals will be nested in that they will all be based off of an employee's supervisor's goals, beginning at the very top of the customer service organization and working its way down. As such, employees' goals will be matched with organizational goals, and everybody's going to be working towards the same mission. We also want to ensure that goals that are created follow an acronym we call AMT, and I'll hit on that on the next slide. Perspective. Goal, when creating goals, it's absolutely critical that employees create goals that are measurable. So as you can see, we like to use the acronym AMT, and what that means is actionable. So we want them to create goals that the employees can actually achieve. Measurable, meaning that there's a way to actually assess the completion of the goal, as well as time bound. Saying that there's a time limit on each individual goal. So in this case, it would be I plan to accomplish something within 6 months, as opposed to I just plan to accomplish something. That's something that could go on forever. You see this in our proposed rating life cycle, but supervisory feedback is absolutely critical to this process, and we're building in some required checkpoints to ensure that happens, and that supervisors and employees are exchanging ideas on a regular basis. So the system we are designing is going to have supervisors and employees meeting quarterly to discuss their goals, as well as the insights that the supervisor gains from call monitoring. This slide, you can see our proposed performance management life cycle. So this is a rating year broken down into key events. As you can see, we've decided to begin ours with March 1st. However, this life cycle really is date agnostic. So we can make sure that it starts and ends whenever it is you guys choose. The key point is it being a year. We also recommend that this take place at a different time from your internal audit, as well as external reporting timelines, so that employees have the amount of time to dedicate to performance management. You'll see in this slide that we're dictating the check-ins between the supervisors and their subordinates. We're also ensuring that the supervisor reviews the call logs prior to their meeting, so that a supervisor can be as up to date on an employee's performance as possible. And then really the last big step is for this life cycle is demonstrating that it takes time to finalize these performance reviews and get them moved through the process ultimately where they're going to live in HR.